Hi, how's it going? Thanks for being here at 11:44 messages. And this message today, well, tonight, is for Taurus. Okay, so why do I always start off with a little story? Basically, all day I was like, I feel like something is missing. I need to do a reading. And today is not the day for Sagittarius. So I'm like, who am I going to do a reading for? And immediately, Taurus. That came to mind. So I was like, okay, well, we'll see what happens. So as soon as I got home, I was like, I couldn't wait to do this reading. And then I'm like, what deck am I going to pick? And I was drawn to this deck. And don't you know, at the top of this deck, staring right at me, was the Hierophant, which is your card in tarot. That's like one of the main cards, I guess. I don't really know how to word it. That's a card for Taurus in the tarot. So I'm like, okay, got it. I'm supposed to do this reading with this deck. Let's go. So here we go. Now I did the reading a little differently this time. So hopefully you like it. All right. So the first card out, I hate messing up my little setup. All right, the first card out, Strength card. And it's clarified by the Queen of Wands. Actually, I'm going to read them all off. That's another different thing I'm doing tonight. Just decided. So Strength clarified by the Queen of Wands. King of Cups clarified by the Eight of Wands. Five of Swords clarified by the Ten of Swords. Ace of Swords clarified by the Six of Cups. Once again, the Six of Cups clarified by the Emperor. Whoa. Knight of Cups clarified by the Five of Swords again. Ten of Wands. Funny story about that, I'll tell you. Clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. Three of Cups. Clarified by the Hanged Man. Eight of Cups. Clarified by the Six of Pentacles. The Fool card. Clarified by the Four of Cups. Four of Wands. Clarified by the High Priestess. The Tower. Oh boy. clarified by Temperance. And the Hermit, clarified by the Knight of Swords. All right. So let me just get everything in order and we can begin. This was a very interesting reading because normally, why I said this is going to be a little different. Normally, I'm like, okay, so let's do a business portion and let's do a love portion, but this just screamed love only, so I went with it. All right. So someone, now this is one story, but this is a short-lived story, and you'll see why. It just didn't really go with what I think that this is all about. For someone could have attracted someone that is head over heels for them. They've developed strong emotions for someone here, and things could have moved quickly. They met. They formed a strong. Can't even speak. They met. They formed a strong friendship, fell in love, whirlwind romance, and for some, even a quick marriage. Could have a very passionate relationship with an amazing, passionate sex life. Someone could be very confident that they won't lose this person, or just confident in general. Could be a water sign that swept you off of your feet. And this could have or will happen after a very tough ending with someone else. Could have been painful to end this, but it had to be done. All right. That's one story, but it's short-lived because this is what I think really happened here. So let's start that. It looks as if in the past someone met someone. I'm not going to just say someone, okay? So, Taurus, you could have met someone. You both could have been heavily attracted to one another and very much into each other, head over heels for each other. And this went from 0 to 100 quickly, okay? Like I said, a whirlwind romance. For some, a quick marriage. It could have been very passionate, amazing sex. Everything was great. And they could have been very confident that you weren't going anywhere. They could have been confident in general. And like I said, it could have been a water sign that swept you off your feet. And the twist here is, because it's not like the last story that I said. But then after all of that beautiful stuff, then maybe you notice that the person, I don't want to say it like this. They were extremely flirtatious, extremely have to be in the spotlight, want attention from, a lot of other people. Maybe that could have caused a lot of fights between you, a lot of arguments. Okay? And you both could have realized that you had different perspectives. They wanted to be hoish. They wanted to be out there, I'll say that. And you wanted a strong, firm, stable relationship. Different perspectives. You were on two totally different pages. And you could have been wondering, like, well, how did they go from this to this now? But maybe now They want to return. And now they want to talk. And they want to talk to you about the past and how good it was. Don't you remember the good times, Taurus? All the good times that we had? Don't think about the bad stuff. What bad stuff? Okay? It was great. We had so much fun together. They might even come with gifts. You know, they could offer an apology. You may even hear them out, even though you could be scared to open yourself back up to them and invite their energy back in. But this person could really know how to get to you emotionally, how to melt a certain part of your heart so that you can let them back into your life. Okay? For some, they could seem so serious, like, I don't care who else you may be talking to now. I'll fight them. Whatever I need to do, we're meant to be, and I want you back. So that's the way it has to be. They could even be, wanting to take charge of this reconciliation. Be stern with you, like, look, you are mine. That's the end of the story. So this is what we're doing. It could be that type of energy. Because they assume with their confidence that you'll go for it. But this may just be because they've seen that you've moved on, you're happy, you're doing better, and they want to be a part of that. They want to be a part of whatever you have going on now. Maybe it's, they have an ulterior motive. It's not even really about you. It's just about what they want, what they can get from you. It could be that type of situation. They could promise to be loyal and committed this time. Okay? But this also could be just to see if they can get you again. Like it's an ego thing. It's an ego thing with them possibly. For some of you, you may even consider this. But I guess this is where I come in. For the ones that could possibly consider this may not last. Okay? I just have to be real. It may not last. There are a lot of cards pointing to it may not last. They could act as if they've changed, but revert back to their old hoe ways. Their old promiscuous type ways, I'll say that. Once the honeymoon is over. Or you could think they're still the same for some and not give them a chance. That's a small portion. A lot of you may give them another chance. Okay? I thought that there was a quote, because I saw this card. How the finger is being pricked. And I thought that there was a quote about that. About once pricked or whatever. But I guess I'm mixing up the quotes. But, excuse me, when I actually went to do some research to see if that was a quote, I found another quote. And this one says, by the pricking of my thumbs. Now, these aren't thumbs that are being pricked, but pretend they are. By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. And I've heard the something wicked this way comes part, just not the other part. So by the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. And it's actually Shakespeare. It's from Macbeth, if you are interested in that. Okay? What it means is someone's intuition is screaming at them, or they could be having, some type of premonition about a potentially bad situation or condition or, something, circumstance. Now, this person could be very flirty with you, and they could even provide an exciting experience just to woo you. Or they could, for some, or no, I mean, it fits for both messages. They could do that, but they could also be flirting with others, or maybe even more than just flirting. This person could be fake, okay? Now, when I was shuffling, I saw the Nine of Wands. They could have you actually involved in arguments and fights with others over them. Or once you're in this, you could find yourself trying to keep up with the competition that they invite into your life, to your lives. And they could, like, well, this is my person. You can't have this person. You could do stuff to yourself to put yourself one up above the competition, and it's pointless because this person doesn't really care. You know what I'm saying? And even if they did, no one that is worth being with will ever have you, will ever have you in that situation to where you feel as if you need to one up competition. They will be the ones to shut down any possible competition. They won't have you fighting or arguing with other people. They won't have you feeling less than or that you need to do extra to keep them in your life. They will probably do the most just to keep you in their life. Okay? So, I got that you could possibly be defending your territory, essentially, with that nine of wands energy that I saw. If you do give this person a chance, you do have the Wheel of Fortune here. You could never know day to day where you stood with this person because they keep you always guessing, okay? With the Ten of Wands, they could have you feeling overburdened and drained by this connection. It could really affect your energy, putting more on yourself than what's necessary. And you would have brought all of this on yourself by allowing them back in. Even energetically entertaining them could manifest them into your life. So be careful if you're constantly thinking about this person. And then you wonder why they show up with the Six of Cups twice. Okay? They could have you wondering constantly if there's a third party, if they're cheating. Or they could act as if they're celebrating being with you, even post you on their social media, the whole thing, but still mess around behind your back with third party people. They could go out, leaving you at home. You are urged to move on and not give to this person, Taurus. Or on your own, you can come to this conclusion. You could be putting a lot into this situation if you do give them another chance. But maybe at some point with this Eight of Cups, you realize, look, I've done all that I can do. I can't do this anymore. And that will be the breaking point for you where you decide that you need to move on. Okay? You may take time to yourself, away from them, away from others. You could withdraw your affection and your energy from this once you make that decision to move on. Okay? You could have felt as if this person was your soulmate. You probably had a very strong connection, or they made you believe that you had a very strong connection, that it was mutual. But Maybe once you recharge yourself and decide what your new path will be, you could meet someone in that time away that is divinely sent to you to actually be your person. That could be your actual soulmate. And we can have many different soulmates, but this could be a very strong soulmate. I want to go as far as saying twin flame with the high priestess and the fool. You could even decide to go on a vacation to recharge yourself, and you could meet them while you're on this trip. This could be your happily ever after. Hand picked by the divine. But with this tower, you have to end it completely with that past person. You also have to make sure that you properly heal from this so that you don't carry anything over onto this new person. Because this new person doesn't deserve it. All they want to do is love you. Okay? There has to be a level of patience that you have with yourself. Not trying to rush anything. Have patience while you heal so that you can properly heal. Maybe even the new person will also have to have patience with you as well. And maybe they will because they know what's going on. Maybe they've been through their own trials. The angels could help you through this ending. For some, you may call out to get divine guidance, to get guidance from your angels. You need to focus on yourself and refill your own cups so that you can bring this in because it's waiting to come to you. If you haven't already gone through all of this, maybe you're in the middle of this. I'm not sure what stage this is for you. For some, you could have already met this new person. And congrats to you if you have, because you deserve it. But this situation is necessary, even though it's painful. For some, it may feel like a slap in the face. It could feel like make you judge yourself. Like, how could I fall for this again? Or how could I have been so naive that I let something like this happen? But it was necessary. It was necessary for one, because we need to have contrast in life. Everything can't be positive and perfect because then we won't learn anything. We need to have the negative, so-called negative, and the positive. Dark and light. It has to be like that for balance. And also so that you can appreciate the greatness. You can appreciate the positive more after you've been through the so-called negative. And of course, it helps you evolve as a person because this is all about us. Us being here is for us to get experiences, for us to have experiences. You can't have experiences if everything is handed to you, you know what I'm saying? And everything is perfect. This will help you gain inner strength. This will help you if you had a codependency situation with this past person or people from the past in general. This will help you become more independent, emotionally intelligent, to where you can fill your own cups. You don't need anybody else to make you happy. You make yourself happy, and everybody else is just a bonus because that's how it's supposed to be. This will have you feel free. You will feel as if a burden is lifted off of you. Okay? You'll discover more about yourself. Now, your shadow cards. Well, yes, your shadow cards. The world. This could be the end of a tough cycle, or it should be. If you keep taking this person back, you will keep repeating the cycle over and over and over again. And do you really want to do that? Is it worth it? I don't think your heart feels that this person is worth it. So this is an ending to the cycle if you choose to take it. You have the beginning with the Fool, and you have the end. And you have the Judgment as another shadow card. This situation will help you become self-aware of the people that you choose to be in your life. It will also help you let go of the old people, the old ways, and invite in the new. And as I speak about new, you have the Ace of Wands. This just fell out while I was shuffling. It didn't flip out like the other cards. This fell out. And this talks about a new love, a new passionate love, a new romantic passionate love. Something that's actually filled with commitment. You'll be committed to each other. You'll be happy. And once again, you began the reading with the Hierophant and you end with the Hierophant. This could lead to marriage, this new situation with your possible twin flame. Okay? All right, Taurus. Make sure that you make the right decisions, because you never know what's waiting around the corner for you. And if you're not ready to do that, then that's perfectly fine too, because that's your experience, that's your path, and no one can judge you for that. Okay? I know Taurus people can be a little stubborn, so you may need to repeat cycles more than once. I mean, we all do. It's not just a Taurus thing, especially if there's a lot of love involved. So there's absolutely no judgment here. I'm just saying. From what you see here, the choice is always yours, okay? All right. So I hope you enjoyed these messages, and I hope to see you again soon. Okay? Take care. Love yourself. I'll see you later.